Live from Oil City Stadium in Whiting, Indiana, Northwest Indiana Oilmen baseball is on the air. It's the Northwest Indiana Oilmen up against the Elkhart County Miracle. I'm Brandon Vickery, glad to be joined by Charlie Harris. It's the home opener here in 2023, and Charlie, after a stretch of road games, it's nice to be home for the Oilmen here today.
Yeah, after 5 straight road games to open up the season for the Oilmen, like you said, it's nice to be back at home, and I'm excited for this matchup tonight.
The Oilmen will take on the Elkhart County Miracle, who they defeated on Saturday. They'll try to repeat some of the success they had in a lopsided win on the road on Saturday.
Yeah, both of these teams riding 2-game winning streaks. The Elkhart County Miracle coming off of a win, a 2-1 victory against the Griffith Generals. They come in tonight riding high off of that pitcher's duel. The Indiana Oilmen, like I said, on a 2-game winning streak. So something's got to give. It's the first home game for the Oilmen, so we'll see how they fare tonight.
Yeah, the Oilmen have started to find their footing a little bit. They struggled early, but now they've won back-to-back games.
Yeah.
We'll see if they can keep that going.
Yeah, they've won back-to-back games, and they've scored double-digit runs in 4 out of their 5 games. So offensively, there's really been no troubles. It's been pitching consistency that manager Adam Enright has wanted to see from his guys, and we started to see that recently as well.
We'll take a timeout. We'll come back. Our pregame show continues next. I'll have the starting lineups for you, and we'll get you set for first pitch. It's the Oilmen and the Elkhart County Miracle a few minutes away. More pregame after this on the Northwest Indiana Oilmen Broadcasting Network.
Did you know?
They decorate over 210,000 cakes a year.
Did you know?
Their butcher will cut your meat your way.
Did you know?
They have trained floral designers in store.
Did you know?
They will make your wedding cake.
Did you know?
They have a variety of deli bakeable entrees.
Did you know?
Their online app has coupons and so much more. Who does that?
Strachan Van Til. Now you know.
Safety doesn't come in a box. It's not a banner that goes on a wall. It's not something you do now and then, or when it's convenient. It's using state-of-the-art simulators to better prepare for any situation. It's giving offshore teams onshore support, and it's empowering anyone to stop a job if something doesn't seem right. At BP, safety is never being satisfied and always working to be better.
We don't go to the office, we build it. This is a truism with Ironworkers Local 395 and the Northwest Indiana Contractors Association. Our goal is to exceed our customers' expectations. We provide a skilled, OSHA-trained, drug-free workforce, as well as many other certifications from our 4-year training program. Every time you hire an ironworker from Local 395, you should feel confident that you are receiving highly trained, highly skilled, and drug-free journeymen and apprentices who take their job and your project seriously. For more information, contact us at 219-763-7900 or ironworkers395.com.
Back here at Oil City Stadium as we get set for baseball between the Oilmen and the Miracle. The lineups are being introduced over the PA. That's my cue to give you the starting lineups for tonight's game, starting with the visitors from Elkhart County. Leading off and playing second base, Cole Mason. Batting second is third baseman Evan Laws. Hitting third is first baseman Bryce Lesher. Hitting cleanup is shortstop Dawson Willis. Batting fifth, designated hitter Nathan Wesley. Hitting sixth, then playing center field, Jaden Miller. Miller hitting sixth. Batting 7th and getting the start in right, Bryce Miller. Bryce Miller hitting 7th. Batting 8th and starting behind the plate, Tommy Cortega. And rounding out the 1 through 9 for the Miracle is left fielder Ricky Nye. All that in back of Elkhart County right-hander Dylan Pinheiro. Pinheiro starting on the mound for the visitors from Elkhart County. And now here's the Oilmen starting lineup that the righty will be opposing. Leading off is the designated hitter, a familiar face for Oilmen fans. He returns to the lineup tonight. It's Amir Wright. Batting second and playing right field, Ethan Rossi. Rossi hitting second. Batting third is second baseman Jaden Comia. Comia hitting third and playing second base. Batting cleanup is third baseman Logan Anderson. Anderson hitting cleanup. Batting fifth and getting the start is shortstop Randy Seymour. Hitting sixth is first baseman Brennan Phillips. Phillips hitting sixth. Hitting seventh and getting the start in center Nick Doherty. Doherty hitting seventh. Batting eighth and playing left field Breck Baranowski. And rounding out the 1 through 9 for the Oilmen is catcher Damon Brenna. Brenna starting behind the plate for Northwest Indiana. All that in back of Northwest Indiana right-hander Tyler Locks. Oilmen are being introduced. They're taking the field defensively, and we are going to listen in live for the playing of the anthem here in just a moment. As the Oilmen are being introduced, they're wearing their gold uniforms, black numbers on their backs, the black Oilmen lettering across the front of the chest. They've got the white pants, the black cap, and the gold Oilman logo on the front of the cap. The Miracle in the red uniforms, they have white numbers on their backs and the white Miracle lettering across the front of the chest. They have white pants as well, dark caps, and the red bill to those caps. Let's listen in live now as we join the playing of our national anthem. Anthem coming up here momentarily, and here we go. There you have the playing of the national anthem and the yelling of Let's Go Oilmen. Well, it's Locks against Pinheiro. It's the Oilmen against the Miracle. And it's next on the Northwest Indiana Oilmen Broadcasting Network.
Common for back patients to have a lot of questions, but at Midwest Orthopedic Specialty Hospital, we ask a lot of questions too. We want to know about their jobs, their hobbies, their lifestyle. Because spinal conditions are oftentimes complex and multifaceted, the best solutions take into account work and lifestyle. The spine is at the basis of everything that we do and who we are. For us, surgery is not the first priority. Finding the least invasive option to give you your life back is.
For the first time in 30 years, Coors Light has an ad in the big game.
Actually, this is a Miller Lite commercial.
Mountain Cold Refreshment.
It's Miller time. Great taste. Less filling.
Cold as the Rockies.
Coors commercial. Miller commercial.
Actually, it's a Blue Moon commercial.
Have a student headed to college this fall? If so, you probably have questions. And the best place to find answers is Ivy Tech Community College. Ivy Tech is in your community and offers hundreds of options. Best of all, our tuition is a fraction of the cost of other colleges. Complete a free application today.
Oilmen are on the field defensively. They're finishing up their final few warm-up tosses before we commence action here tonight. The home opener at Oil City Stadium. The umpire has arrived. Patrick Coe and Ken Davidson will work this game as the final umpire makes his arrival onto the field of play right now, and that means we are set for baseball between the Oilmen and the Elkhart County Miracle. We gave you the uniform descriptions a few moments ago. The other piece of business to take care of is the game time temperature. It is sunny here in Whiting, and it is 62 degrees at game time. Always a few degrees chillier than the rest of northwest Indiana here right by the lake in Whiting. Cole Mason leads it off. First pitch comes at 7:11, and it's downstairs for ball one. The count is 1 ball and no strikes on Cole Mason, leading off against Oilman right-hander Tyler Locks. Locks, a veteran of several Oilman seasons, into his motion. The 1-0 is taken outside for a ball, and the count 2 balls and no strikes. What are some keys tonight for Tyler Locks?
Well, Tyler Locks making his first start of the season. He's pitched 3 innings up to this point, 2 earned runs. I think what Adam Enright is going to want to see from him is just consistency. The hope for him is to go several innings tonight. So we're going to see how he performs in the first home game of the Oilman season.
2 balls and a strike on Mason. Here comes the next pitch, swinging a tapper foul, and the count evens out at 2 balls and 2 strikes on Cole Mason, hitting .214, 4 walks drawn by him this season, and he's driven in a run. The numbers for Locks on the year through 2 starts, he has logged 2 appearances. This is his first start, as Charlie talked about. He has logged 3 innings, yielded 5 hits. He's allowed 2 runs. They were earned. He has struck out 6 and walked none. Here's the 2-2, swinging a tapper to the right side. This is going to be fielded by Phillips. The first baseman will take it unassisted, and that is the first out of the first inning. I like that number from Locks, 6 strikeouts and no walks so far in the season.
The thing about Locks is the speed on his fastball. When he is on and when he is finding the zone, he is almost impossible to hit. The thing about him is that fastball is the best pitch in his repertoire, so we will see the command throughout this game.
Evan Laws swings and fouls it back to the screen. The count, no balls and a strike on Laws. Laws hitting .412 on the season. He's been off to a hot start for the Miracle.
Yeah, and he's in the top of this order for a reason. The Elkhart County Miracle, 4-2 on the season. They're off to a great start.
Here comes the 0-1 pitch. It's swung on, it's taken high for a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike. Laws, the third baseman, hitting second. As you mentioned, he opposes the 6'5" right-hander Tyler Locks. Here's the 1-1 from the Chicago native. It's swung on and lifted foul off to the right and out of play. Locks, one of the older players in the league. It's a mix of young guys and slightly older guys in the Northern League this season. Locks trying to extend his baseball career beyond his college days. He's closed the book on his career at Prairie View A&M. Here comes the 1-2, swinging a line drive foul off to the right and out of play, and it remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. Locks, a 2016 product of Lincoln Way North High School.
Tyler Locks among one of the older players in the Northern League, like you said, and that's what I like about this Summer League baseball. You get so many different types of players, whether they're going into college, they're coming out of college, they have experience professionally. It's just a mix of a bunch of different guys, and that's the best thing about the Northern League.
1-2, low and in for a ball, 2 balls and 2 strikes. We are just underway at beautiful Oil City Stadium. Here comes the 2-2 pitch to Laws. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Locks strikes out Laws, and that's the second out of the first inning.
There's not a better feeling as a pitcher than getting those first 2 outs away in the first inning. I bet his confidence is skyrocketed after these first 2 outs, especially at the top of this order. Not easy to get these guys out, especially Bryce Lesher, who's up right now.
Here's the first pitch to Lesher. It's swung on and lifted high in the air, shallow right. Out is Comia. The second baseman is under it, and he cannot make the play. This falls in there. It's going to be an error on the second baseman, and error for the Oilmen, allowing Lesher to reach safely.
And Comia trying to reach over that back shoulder a little bit. It is a tough play to make, but for a guy like Jaden Comia, I expect him to make that grab, but errors are a part of the game. It's unfortunate for Jaden Comia.
Yeah, the thing was he was underneath it there, so although at first it was difficult kind of into no man's land, he did get right underneath it and just couldn't quite squeeze it. And here's a first pitch strike to Willis in the count 0-1.
And sometimes it can be tough for second baseman because you feel that right fielder coming in on you. It can just be an awkward play to make.
All right, Willis with a runner on first and 2 down. Here's the one-strike pitch. This is swung on and lifted in the air to deep right. Rossi back on it. He's still going back, and he makes the catch on the near the warning track in deep right field, and the inning ends. No runs, no hits, and 1 left for the Miracle in the first. After a half, it's Elkhart County nothing, and the Oilmen coming to bat on the Northwest Indiana Oilmen Broadcasting Network.
The JED TV Sports Network is now the exclusive home to 8 schools. Subscribe today for a full year of sports coverage by using code JEDTV50 at checkout. Visit JEDTV.com for more information.
It's common for back patients to have a lot of questions, but at Midwest Orthopedic Specialty Hospital, we ask a lot of questions too. We want to know about their jobs, their hobbies, their lifestyle. Because spinal conditions are oftentimes complex and multifaceted, the best solutions take into account work and lifestyle. The spine is at the basis of everything that we do and who we are. For us, surgery is not the first priority. Finding the least invasive option to give you your life back is.
These days, it's recommended that you keep your social circle small. Of course, as the original light beer, we've always recommended that. It's Miller time.
Hold up, now do what you do. Get loud, go ahead, get loose. Get down to business, tell everyone nothing's off limits. You can have anything you want.
Back here at Oil City Stadium, the Miracle failed to score in the first, working around an error in that opening inning was Tyler Locks, and he puts a 0 on the board, and now Northwest Indiana will take its first hacks against Elkhart County starting pitcher Dylan Pinheiro as he completes his final few warm-up tosses of this opening inning. Pinheiro will get the start for the Miracle here today, but a solid start to the day for Locks in the top of this inning.
Yeah, Tyler Locks, he started out getting those first 2 batters out, an error from the second baseman Comia, and then a fly out to deep right field, ended the top half of that inning, and then the Oilmen are going to have their first at-bats. The first at-bat of the season for Amir Wright, who is now batting.
Yeah, good to see Amir back in an Oilman uniform. Oilman baseball being brought to you by Hard Rock Casinos. Discover your rhythm at Hard Rock Casino, Northwest Indiana, just off exit 6, I-80-94. Here comes the first pitch of the day from the right-hander Pinheiro. It's taken for a strike by Wright, and the count is 0-1. Amir Wright has a long history with the Northwest Indiana Oilmen and in the Northern League in general. We'll run that down for you. Here comes the 0-1. It's swung on and tapped slowly to the left side. It's going to be picked up by the pitcher, Pinheiro. His throw to first is late. That's a base hit. Infield single for Amir Wright. And the Oilmen start off with a base knock here in this opening inning.
Yeah, just a little tapper. It was a swinging bunt, and it worked out for Amir Wright. And that's all you want to do as a leadoff hitter is just be the first man to get on base, apply pressure on the defense as early as you can, and Amir Wright did his job.
Now Rossi will stand in next, hitting .375 on the young season for the Oilmen. Wright with good speed, takes a sizable lead at first. Here comes the first pitch, swing and a miss by Rossi, and the count is no balls and 1 strike. And I'll talk more about Wright a bit later on, but let's talk now about Dylan Pinheiro, a native of Valencia, Venezuela, 6'2", 170 right-hander. Here's a pickoff throw. Both team starting pitchers that are a little on the older side compared to players in the league. Pinheiro, a guy who has played in the Rays organization in the Venezuelan Summer League and the Dominican Summer League as a younger player. At this point, he's 26 years old. Here comes the 1-strike pitch. It's taken for a strike, but those are back in 2015 and 16 when he compiled a .433 ERA and 23 games at the professional level in those summer leagues that take place outside of the United States.
And through 6 innings, Dylan Pinheiro has pitched this year. He has 11 strikeouts, so he has that firepower that he brings, and he has that velocity on his fastball that can affect hitters.
Yeah, he struck out 41 in 23 games and 70 and 2/3 innings during his tenure with the Rays clubs, as the count is no balls and 2 strikes on Rossi. Here's the 2-strike pitch. This just missed one of those strikeouts that Charlie and I were talking about, and count instead moves to 1-2.
Ethan Rossi down 1-2 in this at-bat. He's got to be weary of off-speed, but also has to be ready for a fastball that comes his way.
This is swung on and fisted foul over our heads and out of play, and it remains 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Ethan Rossi staying aggressive at the plate, not backing down, even with 2 strikes. He's making contact.
Here's the 1-2, swinging a tapper back to the mound. Fielding it is Pinheiro. Throw to second, 1, and that's all. He held on long enough for the out to be called at second base. This was on the transfer for Willis, the shortstop. It goes as a fielder's choice for Rossi. Out at second is Wright on a 1-6 put out for the first out of the inning.
Yeah, and you got to imagine back-to-back choppers in the infield, not ideal contact. It's Jaden Comia, a number 3 hitter now for the Oilmen.
Here's the first pitch to him. It's way high for a ball, and the count 1 ball and no strikes on Comia. Lead at first for Rossi now as he takes the place of Wright, who was forced on the fielder's choice. No score in the bottom of inning number 1 of the home opener at Oil City Stadium. Here's the 1-0. Look out, a fastball high and tight, and backing away from it was Comia, and the count goes to 2-0.
that was almost bad for Comia.
2 balls and no strikes, 1 out in the inning. Here's the 2-0 pitch. This is swung on and lifted foul off to the right and out of play, and the count 2 balls and 1 strike. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 error for the Oilmen. 0-0 for the Miracle here in the early going. Here's the 2-1, swing and a miss, and the count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes on Comia.
Yeah, Comia is a guy that can make contact a lot of the times. Not a guy who strikes out a lot.
2-2 on Comia. Here's the break-even pitch. It's taken outside for a ball. We go full at 3-2. Payoff pitch will be upcoming here with 1 out and 1 on. Here comes the set and the payoff pitch. Runners in motion. This is swung on and lifted in the air. Right field, underneath it is Miller. Miller gloves it, and the throw will go into the cutoff man as retreating back to first safely as Rossi. He was running with that 3-2 pitch.
Yeah,
he was able to scamper back before the throw comes in.
Almost dangerous. I like the aggressiveness on the base pass. And Comia able to at least fly out into the outfield, but 2 outs and 1 runner on in this first inning for the Indiana Oilmen.
Logan Anderson hitting an even 400 here in the early going in a relatively small sample size so far, but he's made a strong early impression with the Oilmen. We've seen him in the league in years past. He takes high for a ball, 1 ball and no strikes. He played for the Vikings at one time. But a home run in his Oilman debut a week ago today that came against the Indiana Panthers over in Highland. Here comes the 1-0. This is high and outside for a ball, 2 balls and no strikes on Anderson.
Yeah, Logan Anderson certainly has some power behind his swing. And he's ahead 2-0, hitters count.
Runner on first is Rossi. He, remember, was running a moment ago but had to retreat back on the fly ball to right. Here's ball 3. 3 balls and no strikes on Anderson. Oilmen trying to find a way to put together a 2-out rally here as Pinheiro is behind Anderson, 3 balls and no strikes. This pitch is off the plate away and perhaps low as well. A 4-pitch walk issued to Anderson. And now Randy Seymour will stand in next with 2 on and 2 down.
Randy Seymour, not a guy you see in this starting lineup, at least in the early part of the season. Chance to make himself known in this Oilman lineup tonight.
And more players are starting to report to the team as they finish up their spring seasons and so forth. Here's the pitch to the Michigan State Spartan. It's taken high for a ball, 1 ball and no strikes. Native of Frankfort, Illinois, and a 2022 Lincoln Way East product. Oilmen have had several Michigan State players over the years. Zaid Walker comes to mind right away. Here comes the 1-0. This is taken low and outside for a ball, 2 balls and no strikes on Seymour.
Wasn't Kristen Williams another Michigan State product?
Indeed he was. Catcher for the Oilmen. 2 balls and no strikes with 2 outs. Runners take their leads from first and second. Here comes the 2-0, a check swing and no swing. The count goes to 3 balls and no strikes. So all of a sudden here, Charlie Pinheiro has thrown 7 straight outside the zone.
Yeah, and Randy Seymour, I would advise him not to swing at anything here. If you have a chance to load the bases on a walk,
he'll take all the way, and it's in there for a strike.
Ooh.
Just catching the lower inner portion of the zone.
That seemed low to me.
3 balls and 1 strike is the count. Runners at first and second, 2 outs in the inning. Here comes the 3-1. Swung on and cracked in the air, foul off to the right, now to play, and we go full at 3-2.
This is a big chance for Dylan Pinheiro to capitalize on this 3-2 count. Do not want to walk another man and make the bases loaded.
3-2 on Seymour. Everybody in motion. This is high and in for ball 4. Now around third is going to be Rossi. He's going to hold up there. The throw back to the covering pitcher gets away, but not far enough. Rossi obviously in motion on a 3-2 with 2 outs, and he had a chance to maybe think about trying to score as this ball got away, but instead it's just a walk here, and everybody is forced to their next base on the base on balls. And now the bases are full of Oilmen with 2 down in the inning, and that'll bring up Brendan Phillips.
And just like that, 2 runners in scoring position for the Oilmen. Things are already getting interesting.
Here comes the pitch, swung on and lifted in the air. Foul off to the right, now to play, and the count no balls and a strike on Phillips. Let's see if Phillips can come through. We've reached the first big spot in this game. Dylan Pinheiro working on Brennan Phillips. Phillips 1 for 13 on the year so far. Here's the 0-1. Inside corner for a strike, and it's 0-2. So Pinheiro ahead, no balls and 2 strikes. He fell behind in the count to each of the last few batters. But now, after walking back-to-back men, he has thrown back-to-back strikes to Brennan Phillips. And now Phillips backs away. Big pitch coming up. 2 outs, 2 strikes. Base is full here in the first. Here's the pitch to Phillips. This is swung on and lifted foul off to the right, out of play, and it remains no balls and 2 strikes.
Man, these Oilman batters continue to foul pitches off. It's relentless, the foul balls. They keep attacking Pinheiro.
Making Pinheiro work here in this opening inning. Here's the 2-strike pitch. It's taken off the plate away. Count 1 ball and 2 strikes.
That was a decent frame job away from a called strike 3. That could have been dangerous for Phillips, but he stays alive.
1-2 with 2 down. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. This is low and outside for a ball. Gets away. Runner's going to try to score. Here comes Rossi to the plate. He scores. It's a wild pitch. Everybody moves up 90 feet, including Rossi crossing the dish for the first run of the game, and it's 1-0 Oilmen.
And that's the second time we've seen Pinheiro throwing pitches that go past the catcher, and it turned out to be a wild pitch, scoring a run for the Oilmen.
No doubt some wildness from Pinheiro in this opening inning. Here's the 2-2. Swung on and lifted in the air. Right field pretty well hit. Miller's back on it. Is going to get up against the wall. Run's going to come in and score. 2 are going to score on a double by Phillips. It's a 2-run double for Brennan Phillips, and the Oilmen have made it a 3-0 game. A 2-out, 2-strike hit for Phillips has boosted the Oilmen lead here in the first.
And a 2 RBI double for Brennan Phillips has got to feel good. He propels this to a 3-0 lead. Kind of came out of nowhere, but it was due to the base on balls from Pinheiro.
Now it's Doherty batting with runner at second base and 2 down. Pitch to him is a strike, and the count 0-1.
And now you just need to get done with this inning without any more damage done.
Oilmen. So here's a swing and a foul. Had a 14-1 victory over these Miracle on Saturday. We'll dive more into that game as we move along, but they're kind of keeping the train moving here on the first inning tonight.
Yeah, indeed they are, and it's just been that offense that has been there since this first game. Manager Adam Enright has plenty of tools to work with in this starting lineup on any given night.
Here's a 2-strike pitch, low and outside, and the count 1 ball and 2 strikes. And the great Brian Jennings will deliver some baseballs to the home plate umpire.
Yeah, he's going to need a reload of baseballs.
It's been a long inning. And the Oilmen have scored 3 times. A 2-run double by Brendan Phillips. And
yes.
How about, Charlie, the fact that he was struggling at the plate, and Phillips comes through with a big hit. Didn't think he was going to carry it that far off the bat, but it ended up being over the head of Miller. Here's the 1-2, swing and a miss. Strike 3, and the inning ends. But not before damage done. As the Oilmen score 3 times, they do it on 2 hits and leave 1. After 1, Oilmen 3, Miracle nothing on the Northwest Indiana Oilmen Broadcasting Network.
Officially, it's a fridge full of beer. Unofficially, it's free AC. Coors Light, the official beer of everything unofficial.
Safety doesn't come in a box. It's not a banner that goes on a wall. It's not something you do now and then, or when it's convenient. It's using state-of-the-art simulators to better prepare for any situation. It's giving offshore teams onshore support, and it's empowering anyone to stop a job if something doesn't seem right. At BP, safety is never being satisfied and always working to be better.
Don't let pain knock you out of the ring. Our hand, wrist, and elbow experts are pioneers worldwide. You need us in your corner. Midwest Orthopedics at Rush. Make an appointment today.
Who is the IBEW? We're the people who bring the power to your home, the ones who make sure your phone calls and internet keep speeding along. We build things like schools and hospitals. We bring the biggest shows and sporting events to the world. Keep America's railroads on the right track, help cities, states, and the federal government work for you. And we proudly build products made in the USA. The International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, the IBEW.
You guys are crushing it. See how 8 grams of healthy protein in Land of Frost premium meat gives you energy and keeps you full. Let's get those buns toasted.
First pitch strike on Nathan Wesley, leading off the second inning for Elkhart County. Tyler Locks back out for another inning of work, now with his team leading by a score of 3-0. Here comes the pitch, swinging a bouncing ball toward third. Tough play is going to get through, base hit through the left side of the infield off the bat of Wesley, as Anderson slid for this one and couldn't come up with it, and it'll be the first Miracle hit of the day.
Yeah, right through the hole between the third baseman and shortstop. A nice base hit for Nathan Wesley, and a leadoff guy on the base pass for the Miracle.
Now Jaden Miller will stand in next with a runner at first, and nobody out here in this second inning as Locks comes from the stretch. A decent lead at first. Here's the first pitch. This is a tapper toward third, foul, and the count, no balls and a strike. But always nice to have that early lead, and I think if you're a starting pitcher, it kind of changes your mindset and your comfort level a little bit when you go out there and are able to work with the lead.
Yeah, especially if it's in that first inning. When your team's winning by 3-0, it takes that element of pressure off of you a million times more than it would if you were losing as a starting pitcher.
Swung on and lifted in the air. Foul off to the right and over our heads, and it's a 2-strike count on Miller. Locks, again, pitched for Prairie View A&M. He has a long history in this league. There are several guys associated with this game here tonight that have played in this league numerous years. Here's a pitch high. He tried to get him to chase a high, hard one. Instead, it goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes on Jaden Miller. But Locks, most recently before this season, he pitched in the league back in 2020. that was with the MCL Minutemen at that time, and it was a pretty brief appearance that season in the league. It was an interesting year, the COVID year. The season started on the 4th of July.
Oh,
Here's
wow.
a pickoff throw to first. But he pitched in just one game, going an inning and a third on July the 13th, 2020 for the Minutemen. And coincidentally, it was against the Oilmen. He allowed a run on a hit and walked 2. But the rest of his career here in the Northern League and now a balk has been called on Locks, or
yeah, I believe it's a balk.
So Adam Enright not happy. He's out to argue with Ken Davidson. And advancing to second base is going to be Wesley.
Yeah, not ideal for Tyler Locks, and manager Adam Enright having a chat with the home plate ump.
The discussion continuing here. We'll use this time to tell you that Oilman Baseball tonight is brought to you by Ivy Tech. All of our programs are designed to lead you toward a great career. That's just one reason 92% of our alumni would choose Ivy Tech again. Find the program meant for advancing you toward your career quickly and affordably. It's Ivy Tech, a proud partner of Oilman Baseball. And now they have redone this.
Rescinded it.
They have rescinded the call there. And now Jaden Miller stands in, and this is fouled away. Count is it a ball and 2 strikes?
Yeah, 1-2 count, I believe.
One and 2. Here's the set from Locks. We'll get back to his history in the league in a moment. Here, this is cracked to left center. This ball has eyes. It's going to get down, and no one's covering second base. As Wesley had kind of went halfway, there could have maybe been a chance at him at second base. Instead, it's a base hit, a single for Miller to left center that was fielded on a hop by Doherty, and now the Oilmen have men at first and second. Or I'm sorry, the Miracle have men at first and second with nobody out here in the second inning.
And the Miracle just starting to build these base runners, kind of chipping away at Tyler Locks, getting guys on base.
Now Bryce Miller, who's 0 for 6 for the year, will stand in next. First pitch to him, he bunts it foul. He pushed it kind of in the air, foul right side. The count is 0-1. Locks pitched for the Oilmen back in 2019. Pitched in 2 games, 4 1/3 innings. He went 1-0, walked 2, struck out 6. He also came back and pitched in the League Championship Series that year, and then that does not count toward the regular season stats. That was a 3rd outing with the Oilmen that season. Here's the 1-strike pitch. It's strike 2 call, and the count is no balls and 2 strikes. Runners again at first and second with nobody out. He pitched a pretty good performance in that championship series back in 2019, facing the Bloomington Bobcats. There's the 0-2, swung on and lifted in the air, foul territory, over, and will there be a play? There will be a play. This is caught by the first baseman Phillips in foul ground for the second out of the inning, and the runners hold at first and second. Charlie, a nice play by Phillips.
Yeah, great play by Brennan Phillips at first base.
So the foul fly.
And manager Wilson Valera desperately wanted a bunt to be laid down on the third base line. It did not happen.
Yeah, first out of the inning. You know that's frustrating when you're trying to lay down a bunt and then it doesn't happen. This is swung on and lifted foul right side, and the count 0-1. Cortega 0 for 2 on the year so far. Not a ton of action for today's Miracle catcher. We are in the second here at Oil City. Here comes the 0-1. It's taken off the plate away, and the count 1 ball and 1 strike. Just getting a 9-game homestand underway. 4 straight now through Saturday here at the OC. We'll tell you all about them here as we move ahead. 1-1 on Cortega. Here's the 1-1 pitch. It's taken for a ball. Did he go? No swing. The count's 2-1. There's no question he didn't swing, but the question was going to be, was it in the zone? And in fact, it was not.
It looked like the home plate ump hesitated on if he wanted to call that a strike or a ball. It looked like he started to lift that right hand up and then didn't.
I honestly feel sometimes, Charlie, that umpires will just appeal on the check swing just to distract from the pitch being whether it's a ball or a strike.
Yeah.
Not sure on the pitch. Let's just appeal and see if he swung. 3 balls and 1 strike on Cartega. But in that championship series game against the Bobcats, Locks pitched 4 2/3 innings of 1-run ball. He allowed 2 hits. Swing and a miss. We go to full at 3-2. 3 walks and 5 strikeouts in that game. The Bobcats eventually won a thriller, a pitcher's duel by a 2-1 score, and that was the clinching game for Bloomington to win the 2019 league championship.
Wow.
Here's the payoff pitch. Taken for strike 3 call. No question about this one. It was right down 119th Street for strike 3.
That was a dirty off speed on a 3-2 count. Tyler Locks. That was a great pitch.
Now it's the left-handed hitting Ricky Nye to face the right-handed throwing Locks. Nye hitting 143 on the year, the 9-hitter in the order. He takes inside for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes.
Yeah, Ricky Nye struggling so far in the early part of this season. As a team for the Miracle, they're batting just .221, which isn't great. They average 4 runs per game, so I think a change for this team is a room for improvement is the offense.
Here's
for the Miracle.
Strike, 1-1. They did win a 2-1 game the other night, but you're not going to win a ton of 2-1 games in this league. You're going to have to score more runs to win over the course of the season. 1 ball, 1 strike. The count on Nye. 2 outs and 2 on. Back-to-back hits, then back-to-back outs. Here's a high chop to the right side. This is fielded by Comia. He tosses to first. It's going to be just in time to get a hustling Nye and end the second inning. No runs, 2 hits, and 2 left for the Miracle in the second. After an inning and a half, it's Northwest Indiana 3 and the Miracle nothing on the Northwest Indiana Oilmen Broadcasting Network.
Rise and shine.
All right. WJOB's Jim Deedlow starts your weekdays at 6 a.m. Jed in the region, and be sure to follow us on Facebook. WJOB, AM 1230 and 104.7 FM.
We don't go to the office, we build it. This is a truism with Ironworkers Local 395 and the Northwest Indiana Contractors Association. Our goal is to exceed our customers' expectations. We provide a skilled, OSHA-trained, drug-free workforce, as well as many other certifications from our 4-year training program. Every time you hire an iron worker from Local 395, you should feel confident that you are receiving highly trained, highly skilled, and drug-free journeymen and apprentices who take their job and your project seriously. For more information, contact us at 219-763-7900 or ironworkers395.com.
Centier Bank proudly supports the Northwest Indiana Oilmen this season. Since 1995, Centier has remained deeply rooted in Northwest Indiana and promises to remain not for sale for generations to come. Go to Centier.com for more information. Member FDIC. It's Centier Bank, a proud partner of the Northwest Indiana Oilmen. Breck Baranowski leads off this second inning. It'll be 8-9-1 for the Oilmen here in inning number 2 as they flirted with trouble, allowing back-to-back hits to begin that second inning. But it wasn't hard-hit balls against Locks. It was a bouncer through the left side and a flare to shallow left center, and then 3 straight outs recorded by the right-hander.
Yeah, Tyler Locks, he has faced some slight trouble, but overall he's looked solid.
Here's the pitch swung on and fouled back to the bricks by Baranowski. The count 0-1. Charlie, you were commenting, this is your first time here at beautiful Oil City Stadium.
Indeed.
You were just commenting before we went on the air about the beauty of the ballpark.
Yeah, I really enjoy this entire concourse. I love the box seats. I love the wall in left field. and then you see all the machinery in the background.
His line drive to shallow right. It's going to get down for a base hit. A single leads off this second inning for Baranowski, and the Oilmen have a lead base runner for the second straight frame.
Yeah, BP Oil Refinery in the background makes the Oilman name so fitting.
Damon Brenna will stand in and make his Oilman batting debut right here. He's starting behind the plate today for the Oilmen, and he will face Pinheiro with one on and nobody gone here in the second. Here's the first pitch to him, way high for a ball, 1-0. Yeah, that unique and unmistakable oil refinery backdrop. The only ballpark in this country with an oil refinery backdrop is right in front of us here at Oil City Stadium.
Can't miss it, really.
And the beauty of it will be even more evident. Here's the 1-0. Look out. Hit by a pitch here is Brenna. This was high and tight on him. He checked his swing. The umpires may get together here as Ken Davidson and Patrick Coe want to confirm that he did not go around or foul this, but it was in tight. It hit Brenna, and he appeared to hold up his swing. And at the moment, it's a hit batsman.
And I have a feeling this is going to be an upheld call. Can't be too sure.
Umpires will talk things over. They've already flipped one decision today. I'm not sure if they were trying to call, and now they changed this. Well, let's see. What are they saying? Hit bat, foul ball now? When you throw your hands up like that, I've seen that signal for hit batter and for foul ball, so it's a little confusing. But obviously, in this case, they're saying it was a foul ball.
All right, so we will continue the at-bat.
So the count was 1-1. They say he fouled it. And back to first Baranowski, and Brenna fouls this for strike one.
And now Enright wants to chat with home plate umpire. Understandably so.
He is pretty mild and brief in his argument here. And it'll be 1 ball and 1 strike on Damon Brenna. The umpires came together and eventually ruled this is a foul ball. It's the second time they have came together and changed a call here today. Here's the 1-1. Taking high for a ball, 2-1. 2 balls and 1 strike on Brenna. 3-0 Oilmen here in inning number 2, and now time call as the batter backs away. Earlier, I'm not sure if the issue with that changed call was they were originally ruling too many pickoff throws, which is not a rule in this league. 2-1 coming up. Here comes the 2-1. Swing and a miss, and the throw to second is going to be not in time. Throw goes into center field, and here's a throw toward third. That's going to be off the mark as well. Stolen base E2, ending up at third is Baranowski. He steals second and then goes to third on the throwing error. So the first miracle error of the game will allow him to go to third after the steal of second. 2-2. Here's the set and the 2-2 pitch. It's taken low and outside for a ball. We go full at 3-2. Infield in here for the Miracle, not wanting to give up any further damage. 3-2 is the count with nobody out in this inning.
Infield is in.
Yeah, interesting. This early in the game that you're bringing the infield in. Here's the 3-2, low for ball 4. Now they'll likely back up, at least up the middle, and look for something they can turn after Brenna draws the base on balls.
Yeah, and great at-bat from Brenna. Working it to a full count and drawing a walk.
Wright standing in with a Oilmen runners taking their lead from first and third. Here comes the pitch to right. It's taken high for a ball. We talked about some of Locke's journey in this league. Amir Wright's a guy that started in this league back in 2017 with the Oilmen. Then in 2018, he finished the season with Northwest Indiana. Then he came back again in 2020 as a member of the Joliet Generals. This is high for a ball, 2 balls and no strikes. And here he is again in the year 2023, his fourth different season in the league. And now we have a timeout as Wilson Valera, the manager of the Elkhart County Miracle, wants to bring everybody together on the mound.
Yeah, and it's just been an issue of command for Pinheiro, especially in this inning. Runners on the corner. Manager Wilson Valera doesn't want his team to start teetering.
Ordering groceries has never been easier. New online shopping at Strachan Van Til saves you time and money. In-store sale prices, pickup or delivery, online coupons, rewards points, and more. Sign up at shop.strachanvantil.com today. It's Strachan Van Til, a proud partner of the Northwest Indiana Oilmen. Wilson Valera's conversation on the mound is concluded. He is an experienced baseball guy, as Wilson Valera. He, in fact, was on the big league coaching staff for the Arizona Diamondbacks back in 2011 and 2012. He also has coached in the Dominican Summer League in several organizations and has been at several stops in the D-backs organization. Here's ball 3 high. So quite the
resume.
Resume for, the first-year manager of the brand-new team here in the league, the Miracle.
Yeah, and a guy like that can bring so much leadership and so much experience into a dugout, and it can really propel your team, especially in the dog days of July, keeping your guys focused.
Right, takes ball 4 high here. Back-to-back walks issued by Pinheiro. He's really starting to struggle a little bit with control. He has walked 4, and we're only in the second inning.
Yeah, and Ethan Rossi stepping in. Ethan Rossi has had no issue making contact with the ball. And with the bases loaded and no outs.
This is taken for a strike, and the count 0-1. Runners take their leads from all 3 stations. Here's the 0-1. This is taken for strike 2, called 0-2 on Rossi.
Back-to-back strikes for Pinheiro. We haven't seen that in this inning.
Here's the set from Pinheiro and the 2-strike pitch. This is low and away for a ball, 1-2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Nobody out in this inning. The Oilmen threatening to try to break it open early. Already a 3 spot up there after a prosperous first, and there is nobody out with the bags full in this second. Here comes the 1-2 from Pinheiro. This is high for a ball. We go even at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Ethan Rossi could have easily been rung up on that last pitch.
2-2 on Rossi. Here's the set and the 2-2 pitch. This is swung on and cracked foul off to the right out of play, and it stays even at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Ethan Rossi coming into tonight 3 of 8 on the year, batting .375.
Good start to the Northern League season for him. Here's the 2-2. It's taken high for a ball. We go full at 3-2.
He's got a great feel for the strike zone. He knows what and what not to swing at, and he's working this to another full count.
Bases full. Nobody out. Nowhere to put Rossi. Here comes the payoff pitch. Swinging a foul. He just did stay alive. Fouling it back to the bricks.
Barely tipping that ball. This is a quality at-bat for Rossi. 8th pitch of the at-bat upcoming.
3-2. 3-0 Oilmen. Can they really break it open early here in this second inning with a big frame? Here comes the payoff pitch. It swung on and missed for strike 3. Big pitch for Pinheiro. He needed that one, and he got the strikeout for the first out of the inning.
That was a big strikeout for Dylan Pinheiro. Much needed out for this Miracle defense, but the number 3 hitter, Jaden Comia, stepping in now.
Comia flied to right his first time.
Jaden Comia, 333 batting average, 8 of 24 on the year.
Now you'll take that as he takes high. 1 ball and no strikes. Now the Miracle infield, of course, looking for something they can turn with the first out of the inning recorded. This is low and outside for a ball, 2 balls and no strikes.
A hitter's count for Comia.
2-0. 2 runs, 3 hits, 1 error for the Oilmen. 0-2-1 for the Miracle. Here's the 2-0. This is swung on and bounced to short. This is going to be fielded by the shortstop, flipped to second one. Mason's relay throw is not in time. It's a fielder's choice that goes 6-4. Out on the play is Wright for the second out of the inning. Give Comia an RBI as Baranowski comes in and scores, and Brenna ends up at third base on the play. And now it's 4-0 in favor of the Oilmen. Anderson standing in. Here's the pitch to him, low for a ball. It bounces in there. The count 1 ball and no strikes.
Jaden Comia doing his job at the plate, just putting it in play and scoring a run.
1 ball, no strikes. Here's the pitch on the way. It's taken for a strike, and the count 1-1. Runners take their leads from first and third. 4-0 Oilmen. They've added 1 on that fielder's choice bouncer by Comia. Nice job by him to hustle it out and beat out the throw to first. The 1-1 is taken for a strike. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes.
1 strike away from getting out of what could be another tough inning for Dylan Pinheiro.
1-2 on Anderson. Runners take their leads from first and third. And looking back, the runner to first is Pinheiro.
Comia, a threat to steal second base.
Comia the lead at first. Here's the set and the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, a tip into the mitt of Cortega, and the inning ends. But the Oilmen do get 1 run. They do it on 1 hit, and Strand 2. We've played 2, Oilmen 4, and the Miracle nothing on the Northwest Indiana Oilmen Broadcasting Network.
First time in 30 years, Coors Light has an ad in the big game.
Actually, this is a Miller Lite commercial.
Mountain Cold Refreshment.
It's Miller time. Great taste. Let's fill it.
Cold as the Rockies.
Coors commercial. Miller commercial.
Actually, it's a Blue Moon commercial.
Don't let pain knock you out of the ring. Our hand, wrist, and elbow experts are pioneers worldwide. You need us in your corner. Midwest Orthopedics at Rush. Make an appointment today.
BP's natural gas teams use Smart App technology to share data from any well instantly, so they can analyze trends and stop potential problems in their tracks, because safety is never being satisfied and always working to be better.
Did you know?
They decorate over 210,000 cakes a year.
Did you know?
Their butcher will cut your meat your way.
Did you know?
They have trained floral designers in store.
Did you know?
They will make your wedding cake.
Did you know?
They have a variety of deli bakeable entrees.
Did you know?
Their online app has coupons and so much more. Who does that?
Strachan Van Til. Now you know.
Back here at Oil City Stadium, 4-0 in favor of the Oilmen as we take it to inning number 3. It's going to be Cole Mason to lead it off and tap this one foul, and the count is no balls and a strike. The Oilmen scoring 1 in that last half inning. Tyler Locks back out for another inning of work, but we were telling you about some of his history in the league. We told you about 2020. We told you about 2019. This is actually the 4th different season in which Locks has participated in this league. Here's a pitch that just misses for a ball, 1 ball and 1 strike. Holding it there an extra second was Brenna, the catcher, thinking that maybe that one was in the zone, but instead it goes to 1-1. But Locks' real full season in the league came back in 2017. That was his first year with the Oilmen. Here comes the 1-1. Swung on and cracked to shallow right center. This ball's going to get down for a base hit. Over to cut it off is Rossi, the right fielder, and he'll limit Mason to a single. So the leadoff Miracle hitter leads off the third with a base knock, and they have a man aboard with Laws due next.
And a great crack of the bat into right center field from Cole Mason. A base hit and a good start to this inning.
Locks in 2017, a .495 ERA with the Oilmen, pitched 20 innings, 2-1, walked 12, struck out 22. So he's a guy that is a veteran guy, not only overall, but in this league in particular. Here's a strike call in the count 0-1, and you like having that type of presence on the mound.
Yeah, especially, like you said, he's been around the Northern League for a while now. And when you get a group of pitchers that are experienced and know what it's like to be on the mound for several years, it helps.
Bouncing ball to second, flip to second. It's going to be just in time. The flip felt like it took forever to get from Comia to Seymour. The ball was moving in slow motion toward the shortstop, who received the underhand flip, and just in time for the fielder's choice out. 4-6 on the put out at second for the first out of the inning. Reaching on the fielder's choice is Loss. Here's the pitch to Lester. He swings and lifts it foul off to the left and out of play.
Lester.
2 balls and 1 strike here. The count as Locks comes set. A look at first. And here comes the long set from Tyler for his 1-strike pitch. This is outside for a ball.
And Locks looks comfortable on the mound.
1 ball and 1 strike on Lester. 286 batting average so far for the left-handed hitter. Here comes the pitch on the way. This is swung on and lifted in the air to center. Doherty went back. Now he comes in, and now going out to make the catch is the shortstop Seymour. This is a nice play by Seymour to snag that one for the second out of the 3rd inning.
What a play by Randy Seymour. I thought for sure that ball was dropping into shallow center field, but a beautiful over-the-shoulder catch from the shortstop.
Now it'll be Dawson Willis to stand in, a 300 hitter. He's reached base at a 563 clip, but he did not reach base his first time flying to Rossi and right. Here's the pitch to him. It's low for a ball, and the count 1-0.
And that was an opportunity that the Miracle almost had. Could have had 2 runners on with 1 out, but it was a great defensive play.
Pretty close pickoff throw for here as Laws gets back safely.
Yeah, he's quick with his pickoff moves. That's also another tool of a great pitcher. If you can have a quick and efficient pickoff move, it just refines your game.
Here's a strike in the count 1-1 on Willis. 2 outs in the inning. Locke's trying to put another 0 on the board. He's done that in each of the first 2 innings. And now trying to do it once again here in the 3rd. Here comes the set from Locks and the 1-1. This is taken low for a ball, and the count 2 balls and a strike on Willis. 4-0 Oilmen as we play inning number 3. 2 balls and a strike on Willis. Here's the 2-1. This is taken for strike 2 called, and it evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes, 2-2 with 2 down. Locks has finished up his college career at Prairie View A&M. He spent 5 years there from 2017 to 2021, appearing in 55 games and making 32 starts over those 5 seasons with Prairie View. Here comes the 2-2. Runner goes. Pitch is swung on and lifted in the air. Foul off to the right, not a play. We'll do it again. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Dawson Willis, a very solid hitter for the Miracle in that 4 spot.
Two and two. 2 outs. 4-0 Oilmen. Here's a pickoff throw to first. He has a pretty good pickoff move, and this time easily safe, though, was Laws at first.
And he throws it hard to the first baseman, too.
Better be ready if you're Phillips over there, right? You're going to receive a fastball.
It's no joke.
2 and 2 on Willis. Here's the 2-2 pitch. This is swung on and cracked to center. Doherty coming in and going out is Comia in shallow right center. The second baseman makes the catch, and the inning ends. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 left for the Miracle in that inning. After 2.5, it's the Oilmen 4 and Elkhart County nothing on the Northwest Indiana Oilmen Broadcasting Network.
When life takes you places and you can't get to the store, shop online with Strack and Van Til To Go. Our to-go service is easy to use, and it can save you time and money. Once your order is in, our own Strack and Van Til team preps your order with care. For delivery or pickup, enjoy the convenience of letting our to-go team shop for you. Enjoy your special moments. Sign up online today at shop.strackandvantil.com.
The JED TV app is available on your smartphone and streaming devices. If you downloaded the WGLB Network app, then you're good to go. The same app with a new name. If not, head to the App Store on your phone or streaming device. And right now, you'll be able to watch JED in the Region Rush Hour, and all PNW and high school sports right in the palm of your hand or in the comfort of your own living room. That's the JED TV app, available on all streaming devices.
Back for the bottom of inning number 3. Before we do that, we will tell you about our friends at Ivy Tech. All of their programs are designed to lead you toward a great career. That's just one reason 92% of their alumni would choose Ivy Tech again. Find the program meant for advancing you toward your career quickly and affordably. It's Ivy Tech, a proud partner of the Northwest Indiana Oilmen. It'll be the first pitch here swung on and fouled by Randy Seymour, who walked and scored in the first, and he bats with a count of no balls and 1 strike. It is still Pinheiro on the mound for Elkhart County.
And Pinheiro has only given up 3 hits, but it's been the walks that has really plagued him, and that's the reason why they're down 4-0.
Here's the 0-1, swinging a line drive to right. This is going to get down for a base hit. The 4th Oilman hit of the game is a 1-hopper in front of the right fielder, Miller, and the Oilmen keep the theme going of leadoff hits. They've had a leadoff single in each of the 3 innings so far.
Yeah, and Randy Seymour is a guy very capable of doing that. Like you said, headed to Michigan State, Division I guy on this team. Certainly helps the squad, and he leads this inning off with a base hit.
Here's the first pitch to Phillips. It's taken in tight for a ball, and the count 1 ball and no strikes on Phillips. 4-0 Oilmen as we play the last of inning number 3. Big hit for Phillips his first time, a 2-run double that 1-hopped the fence and right. Here's the 1-0. This is taken for a strike, and the count 1-1. Talking earlier about the ballpark, it's good to be back here at Oil City Stadium. The Oilmen opened the season with 4 straight road games. Here's the 1-1. This is swung on and lifted in the air to right. Miller underneath it. He gloves it, and that's the first out of the inning.
Just soft contact into right field. Easy play for Bryce Miller out in right field.
Nick Doherty will stand in next. He's driven in 6 runs this season. He's drawn 5 walks, and he's 2 for 10, counting his strikeout in the first inning of this game. But good to be back at beautiful Oil City Stadium. This is taken for a strike. It's been such a pleasure to watch games here for so many years, going back to the first season of Oilman baseball in 2012. The dimensions, 330 down the left field line, 320 to left center. Here's the pitch, the runner goes. This is swung on and lifted in the air, pretty well hit, but it's going to be caught by the center fielder. That's Miller, and retreating back to first is Seymour. Maybe a little hit and run action there with the runner in motion, but Seymour has to go back to first as Doherty skies to Miller. He got pretty decent contact on it, but it didn't carry, and it becomes the second out of the third inning.
That ball was way up in the air, and tracking a lot of ground was Jaden Miller. He basically is standing in right center field.
Time called here. There's a bat on the field of play. It's important to get that out of the way. 4-0 Oilmen here in the third. But we'll give you the dimensions if we have time after this pitch. Here comes the instead he steps off. 300 down the line, 320 to left center, 403 to straight away, and then 330 down the right field line. There's the high brick wall. We call it the Brick Monster, featuring the scoreboard in left. Here's a pitch taken inside for a ball, and of course you must hit it over the Brick Monster for it to be considered a home run and left. It's a shorter porch, but you have that unique obstacle to hit the ball over in left field. So just reminding everyone about our beautiful home, Oil City Stadium. The 1-0 is swung on and hit to right. Running underneath this one and collecting it is the right fielder Miller, and the inning ends. 3 straight fly balls, and they turn into 3 straight outs after the leadoff single. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 left for the Oilmen in that inning. 3 innings have come and gone. Oilmen 4, Miracle nothing on the Northwest Indiana Oilmen Broadcasting Network.
When it comes to Sunday, choose the right couch. Here's to the original light beer. It's Miller time.
Have a student headed to college this fall? If so, you probably have questions. And the best place to find answers is Ivy Tech Community College. Ivy Tech is in your community and offers hundreds of options. Best of all, our tuition is a fraction of the cost of other colleges. Complete a free application today.
Remember, everyone, tune in from 3 to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday for the Region Rush Hour with Tony Panic and Sam Michael.
Well, Sam Michael and Tony Panic.
Well, yeah, Tony Panic, you know, we'll talk about it. Tune in, everybody.
Did you know?
They decorate over 210,000 cakes a year.
Did you know?
Their butcher will cut your meat your way.
Did you know?
They have trained floral designers in store.
Did you know?
They will make your wedding cake.
Did you know?
They have a variety of deli bakeable entrees.
Did you know?
Their online app has coupons and so much more. Who does that?
Strachan Van Til. Now you know.
As we bring her back to the OC, we remind you to discover your rhythm at Hard Rock Casino, Northern Indiana, just off Exit 6, I-8094. Discover your rhythm at Hard Rock Casino, a proud partner of the Northwest Indiana Oilmen. 4-0 in favor of those Oilmen as we hit the fourth inning. It'll be 5, 6, and 7 for Elkhart County due against Tyler Locks, who's back out for his fourth inning of work. He has cruised so far so good for the Oilman right-hander.
Yeah, Tyler Locks looking solid through 3 innings, looking to continue this shutout, I guess I'll say. Giving up 3 hits through 3 innings, and the command has been there.
Yeah, Locks, this is, again, his third outing of the year, but his first start. Here's a pitch taken for ball 1 ball and no strikes on Wesley. What are your thoughts on maybe the adjustment when you've been coming out of the pen some? And certainly started a ton of games in his baseball career, but what are some of the differences when maybe you haven't started in at least a little while to be in a starting situation as the 1-0 is ball 2?
Yeah, it can be tough to start to get in a groove. We saw that in the beginning of the year with the Oilmen as a whole with their pitching staff, but individually it can be difficult to get into a rhythm when you haven't pitched in a while. But Tyler Locks starting to settle in on the mound, and we've seen that in full force tonight.
3 balls and no strikes. The count here on on Wesley, I should say, and he takes a strike, and the count 3-1. Pitch received by Brenna, who's behind the dish for Northwest Indiana. Here comes the 3-1 on the way. It swung on and lifted in the air, foul off to the right, out of play. We go full at 3-2 on Wesley, who singled back in the second. The Oilmen and Miracle, again, just played on Saturday night. Charlie had that one for you as the Oilmen prevailed 14-1. That was the first ever Oilmen game out in Elkhart County. In the Eastern Time Zone, in fact, I believe. Here's
Indeed.
The 3-2. It's taken for ball 4. I know they are in the Eastern Time Zone, but I believe it's the first Oilman game ever in the Eastern Time Zone. There may have been an exhibition game against the Green Jackers. They told to happen. We were about halfway there, and they called and said it was rained out, so we turned back around. So I think it was the first game in the Eastern Time Zone as Wesley draws the walk. And it's the first walk issued by Locks, and now he delivers ball 1.
And Tyler Locks has thrown little off on the command the past 2 at-bats.
He has thrown strikes consistently through the first 3 innings. Here's the 1-0. It's taken low for a ball 2-0. He's falling behind.
6 straight balls.
Yeah. And out to have a word with him is Brenna. So, the Oilmen really successful in that road trip to take on the Miracle. But Ben Zobrist, the former
Indeed.
Cub standout, and certainly a big part of that World Series team in 2016.
Finals or World Series MVP.
That's right. He was in the house on Saturday night for the Miracle game. Here's the 2-0. This is taken for a strike, and the count is 2-1. Now, I was reading some articles. I was not there. You were, Charlie, and there was a report that he one-hopped the ceremonial first pitch.
Yeah, he did. He threw a ball on the first pitch. I thought that was funny. The whole crowd had a laugh about it too. But yeah, one-hopped it in there.
Here's the 2-1. This is taken high and in for a ball, and it's 3 balls and a strike on Jaden Miller. Nobody out here in this 4th inning. But talk about Oilman. Everyone's kind of Edelman that after the game. One back-to-back walks. So now you're getting to a point where rolls a little more guys. I think a little bit compared to that.
First dropped that 3-game series, lost all 3, and it was tough to figure out who are your starters, who are your relievers, who do you want in certain situations. But through 5 games, Enright had down, and Locks could potentially be pulled out here.
Conversation on the mound taking place as we speak, as they're talking things over. Adam Enright has made his way out there to the mound. It's a good opportunity to remind you about our friends at Ivy Tech. All their programs are designed to lead you toward a great career. That's just one of the reasons that 92% of their alumni would choose Ivy Tech again. Find the program meant for advancing you toward your career quickly and affordably at Ivy Tech, a proud partner of the Northwest Indiana Oilmen. And the visit has concluded here. But getting back to our conversation a moment ago, it just feels good to have these back-to-back wins after that 0-3 start. And now you feel like you have things moving in the right direction if you're the Oilmen.
And really the whole time, while they still have a losing record, it honestly doesn't feel like that. They've been playing so well offensively, it doesn't feel like they've been losing.
Here's the pitch taken low and outside for a ball. I'll be honest, though, they have played a light schedule recently in terms of not a ton of games. They played 2 games over the past week, and I think your pitching depth gets tested a lot more when you hit the stretches like the Oilmen are upcoming here. Here comes the 1-0. This is taken low for a ball. They play 4 straight here. Then they do have 2 more days off to kind of reset things. Then you'll really be tested starting on Tuesday of next week when you play 13 consecutive days without a day off.
Yeah, that's going to be a real test for this pitching core.
2-0 is a strike on Bryce Miller, and the count 2 balls and 1 strike. 4-0 Oilmen in the 4th. Locks has a shutout intact, but he's walked back-to-back men. He's fallen behind Miller 2-0. But now it's 2-1. The pitcher's a ground ball up the middle. That's going to be a base hit. Around third is Wesley. He gets the green light. Here comes the throw toward home. It's going to be cut off as a run scores. RBI single for Bryce Miller. It's his first hit of the season, and it drives in Wesley as the Miracle are on the board. It's now 4-1.
And an RBI single, the first run given up of the evening for Tyler Locks. And starting to struggle is Tyler Locks right now.
And here comes Adam Enright, and that'll be a pitching change from the Oilman skipper. So a new pitcher is going to come into the game, which means we'll step out, and we'll tell you about him when we come back. He officially makes the move to the pen, and we'll tell you about the new pitcher after this. Oilman 4, Miracle 1. Miracle batting in the 4th. They're back with more in a moment on the Northwest Indiana Oilmen Broadcasting Network.
The Jed TV Sports Network is now the exclusive home to 8 schools. Subscribe today for a full year of sports coverage by using code JEDTV50 at checkout. Visit jedtv.com for more information.
It's common for back patients to have a lot of questions, but at Midwest Orthopedic Specialty Hospital, we ask a lot of questions too. We want to know about their jobs, their hobbies, their lifestyle. Because spinal conditions are oftentimes complex and multifaceted, the best solutions take into account work and lifestyle. The spine is at the basis of everything that we do and who we are. For us, surgery is not the first priority. Finding the least invasive option to give you your life back is.
These days, it's recommended that you keep your social circle small. Of course, as the original light beer, we've always recommended that. It's Miller time.
Hold up, now do what you do.
Officially, it's a fridge full of beer. Unofficially, it's free AC. Coors Light, the official beer of everything unofficial.
Safety doesn't come in a box. It's not a banner that goes on a wall. It's not something you do now and then, or when it's convenient. It's using state-of-the-art simulators to better prepare for any situation. It's giving offshore teams onshore support, and it's empowering anyone to stop a job if something doesn't seem right. At BP, safety is never...
Back at Oil City Stadium, there's a new pitcher on the mound, and it's right-hander Jack West on to work for Northwest Indiana as West takes over here in relief. We saw him against the Lake County Corn Dogs back on May the 27th. First pitch from him is taken for ball 1 high, and the count 1 ball and no strikes. He actually did take the loss in that game, working 2 1/3 innings. He allowed just 1 run. That was in the 12-11 defeat to close out those 3 games in Lake County. This pitch gets away, and everybody's going to move up on a wild pitch. And now a base hit could really make things interesting as the count goes to 2 balls and no strikes. But West was kind of a tough luck loser as he allowed just 1 run in 2 1/3 innings of relief, but that run allowed Lake County to walk it off in the bottom of the inning as the game went extras. Bottom of the 10th, I believe it was. Here's the 2-0. This is taken outside for ball 3-0.
This is a tough spot for Jack West. Runners on 2nd and 3rd with no outs, and you just got into this game trailing 3-0 in this particular at-bat.
It's never easy to come in the middle of a jam with nobody out and men on base. Here's the 3-0. It's way outside. It's ball 4. So 3 walks issued by the Oilman pitching staff in this inning. That's the first from Cortega, and now the bases are full with Ricky Nye coming up next.
And this is the first opportunity we've seen for the Miracle to have a real chance to do some damage. We'll see how they respond.
4-1 Oilmen, but that lead is being threatened right here with Ricky Nye standing in. Base is full. Here's the first pitch to Nye. It's looked at for a strike at the count 0-1. 4-1 in favor of the Oilmen as we play the 4th inning. Here's the pitch taken for a strike at the top of inning number 4. 0-2. Nobody out in this inning. The strikeout could do wonders here for West. Here's the set and the 2-strike pitch. Swinging a ground ball to the right side. Comia fields it. This will drive home a run. The throw to second, they get the out there. 4-6 on the fielder's choice. No relay throw to first. Nye reaches on a fielder's choice. Cortega is out for the first out of the inning. Miller advances to third. That's Bryce Miller. And then Jaden Miller comes in and scores. Give Nye an RBI. And it is now 4-2 as the Miracle cut into the deficit a bit. The Oilmen happy to get the first out of this inning, but they do give up a run.
And that's a job well done by Ricky Nye. Chipping away at the deficit. Now a 4-2 ball game. And this game is in reach now, most definitely.
This is low for a ball. The Oilmen infield would love something they could turn. 1 ball and no strikes on Mason. A double play could get them out of this inning. It was a nice job to get ahead in the count by West after he walked the leadoff man on 4 wild pitches. He got ahead 0-2. Nye eventually puts it in play with a 2-strike count and drives home the run. Here's the 1-0. It's in the upper outskirts of the zone. A called strike makes it 1-1.
A ground ball in the middle infield would be a perfect thing for Jack West right now.
Mason is 1 for 2 on the day. He singled in the 3rd. He grounded out 3 unassisted in the opening inning. Entered the day with a .214 batting average. 4 runs, 4 hits, and an error for the Oilmen. 2-4. 4. One high for a ball. No base for second base, and now the potential tying run is in scoring position.
And with a base hit, Jack up to this point he's
tie the game in this fourth inning. This is a big spot in this ball game right here.
Spot for West.
1. Oh, for a ball on the count 1. It really looked like the 3 in the first. They had a chance for a big inning in the second. They settled for just the 1 run. You thought the Oilmen maybe could break it open early, but instead we've got ourselves a ball game here in the fourth. Here's the 1-1. This is low and outside. Right.
After that first Oilmen could blow this game to come to that conclusion. And we see the miracle not going away.
2-1 is swung on and lifted in the air, right side foul territory. This is going to get out of play and into the Oilman bullpen down the first base line.
Jack West he's 1 strike away from getting out of this jam in which he was entered in.
2-2 with 2 down. You can charge all 3 runs who have scored in this inning to Tyler Locke, so he ends up giving up 3 runs. And on 4 hits. Here's a bouncing ball to short. Seymour navigates a tricky hop and throws to first. It's going to be in time. With 3 in the fourth.
Elkhart County, great job in the top of the 4th inning, executing and scoring runs, moving base runners around. And now we're just down by 1.
Here's a ground ball to the left side that's going to be fielded by Willis. The shortstop throws to first in time. Good strong throw to first by Willis to retire. A few years back. And I believe Aiden may be the third Wright brother, and I think he's been in this league as well. Not, of course, the Wright brothers that had the first flight. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count on Amir. Here comes the 1-1 to him. It's taken low for a ball, 2-1.
Now, Amir Wright is the perfect guy to be up to bat in this situation. With 1 out, he can create a spark.
Here's a high chop to the right side, and it's a tough bounce. It gets past the second baseman, Mason, and I think it's going to be a base hit. Tough hop. He had trouble fielding it, and a tricky bounce, and I'll give Amir a single on that, and he reaches with 1 out here in the fourth. Play would have liked to have made, but it was a tricky hop on that infield. You could see Mason, the second baseman, have to jet his glove up. He did get a piece of it, but it almost seemed like he didn't see it well, and it took a bad bounce on him. Here's a pickoff throw to first, and Wright is back to the bag safely.
Yeah, that ground ball had a ton of spin on it, and it was a tough play to make. And Amir Wright reaches base safely.
The Oilmen with a 1-out base runner here in the fourth. Here's the first pitch to Rossi. It's fisted in the air in foul territory, and no play. The catcher, Cortega, did not chase after it. Pinheiro and the first baseman, Lesher, did, but it just lands foul in the count 0-1 on Rossi.
Yeah, Pinheiro came sprinting in on it.
No balls and a strike on the batter, Ethan Rossi. 1 out, 4-3 in favor of the Oilmen. Here's a pickoff throw to first, and back to the bag safely is going to be Amir Wright. Here's the set. And the pitch right goes. Pitch high for a ball. Throw to second is going to be not in time. It's going to sail into center field, but holding his second safely is Wright. So the pitch was high for ball 1. The count goes to 1 ball and 1 strike, and Wright steals second base. Give him a stolen base.
Amir Wright Now in scoring position for Ethan Rossi. And an opportunity to expand on this one-run lead.
Here comes the 1-1. This is high for a ball, 2 balls and a strike. Yeah, wouldn't it be nice to kind of get some back after Elkhart County scoring 3 in the top of this 4th? Here's the 2-1, and look out, hit by a pitch. Here is Rossi. He takes his base after getting nailed, and now runners will be at first and second with 1 away here in the 4th.
That's got to sting a little bit for Rossi, but Jaden Comia going to step in now.
Comia is 0 for 2. He did drive in a run with a fielder's choice in the second. Let's see if he can. Here comes the pitch taken high for a ball, 1 ball and no strikes. Let's even come through here and perhaps drive in a run. Good to have you with us. The home opener at Oil City Stadium. The 12th season of Oilmen baseball, the 12th summer of affordable family fun here in Whiting, Indiana. Here comes the 1-0. Swinging a crack to the left. That's going to be a base hit. Here's right around third. He's going to try to score. The throw from left is going to be a good throw, but right is going to speed in safely, and the runners move up to second and third. It's a single for Comia. He goes to second on the throw. Rossi to third on the throw, and Wright comes in and scores on the RBI single by Comia to make it 5-3 Oilmen.
Just a great shot into left field.
And nice piece of hitting, good contact by Comia.
Yeah, Jaden Comia just squared that ball up. And we're going to see the infield coming in. They don't want to make this lead or this deficit greater than 2.
Here's a pitch to Anderson, swing and a miss. Yeah, it's kind of interesting to me from the get-go here. Anytime there's been a situation with a runner at third base and less than 2 outs, they've been bringing the infield in. And it's still fairly early in the game, only in the 4th inning. But they do not want to allow any further damage to this Oilman offense. The 0-1 is lifted foul out of play right side, and the count no balls and 2 strikes.
And it can be effective. I mean, when you get a ground ball in the infield, I do not expect Ethan Rossi to try and score. So we'll see how this plays out.
Here's the 2-strike pitch. This is swung on and popped up in the air. Shallow right. This is going to drop in between 2 Miracle for a base hit. It's a bloop single, and it drives in a run. Rossi comes in and scores. The runners had to hold originally, and Comia ends up holding at third base. Anderson with the run batted in, and the Oilmen have tacked on again. They lead the Miracle by a 6-3 score. A miscommunication play in the outfield for Elkhart County.
Just a classic bloop single. And Randy Seymour up to bat. He's played solid tonight. He has no fear stepping up at the plate.
Seymour with men at first and third. Here's the first pitch to him. It's high for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. 1-0 is this, or 1-0 is the count, I should say. 6-3 is the score. 6-7-1 for the Oilmen, 3-4-1 for the Miracle. This is low for a ball, good block by the Elkhart County backstop, Ortega, to prevent a run.
Yeah, that could have easily been a pass ball and another run scored. Great job blocking that by Tommy Cortega.
2 balls and no strikes now. Here's the 2-0. This is swung on and lifted in the air, foul off to the right and out of play, and it's 2-1. Oilmen all-time are 6-5 in home openers here at Oil City Stadium, and they have won 3 in a row, with their last loss coming to DuPage County in 2019. They've won the home opener each of the last 3 seasons. Here's the 2-1. Swung on and lifted foul off to the right and out of play. We go even at 2 balls and 2 strikes on Seymour.
And still only 1 out in the bottom of this 4th inning.
2-2. 1 out, 6-3 Oilmen. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. It's taken high for a ball. We go full at 3-2. 3-2 on Seymour. Oilman runners take their leads from first and second. Here comes the payoff pitch. It's taken high and in for ball 4. He works the walk, and now the bases are full of Oilmen.
Yeah, Brennan Phillips stepping up to bat. Like you said, hit a double already tonight, and he has another chance here with the bases loaded. And Pinheiro in another jam.
This is taken high for a ball, and the count is 1 ball and no strikes. Some of the fans bundled up tonight at Oil City Stadium, as it is 60 degrees. There are even a few winter hats. Here's a ground ball to short. This could be 2. No, it's just American short to come in and score. So on this, give an RBI. Is Seymour, and the Oilmen continue to add on. They've scored 3 times now in the 4th inning of the Miracle, as there's the extent it really could have been only 1 hour as an RBI.
Easily could have been double play.
It's ball 2, and no strikes. Pinheiro falling behind. Pitcher. First player in the outfield, and one that was kind of a tough hop on the ball through the left side. That's going to be a base hit. 1 run. They're going to hold the second runner. The stop sign from Adam Enright holding Seymour at third. Anderson scores. Doherty a run-scoring single, and the Oilmen have put up 4 runs in this 4th inning. Right after the Miracle score 3 in the top of the inning, the Oilmen now lead the Miracle by an 8-3 score.
They just continue to pile on these runs. At a certain point, you got to wonder if Dylan Pinheiro will be taken out.
To pronounce this one and foul. And the count is no.
Bases still loaded with just 1 out.
Here comes the set for the 0-1. It's taken for a ball, 1 ball and 1 strike. Still only 1 away in this inning. This is the 9th Oilman to bat. Baranowski trying to keep the Oilman offense rolling. Here comes the 1-1. Swing and a foul at the plate. It's a foul ball, thinking it was a swing and a miss. Seymour tried to break for the plate. He'll have to head back to third as Baranowski got a piece.
Big 2-strike pitch for Dylan Pinheiro.
Around, but when you make that leadoff out and then you've got to come up again, you don't want to.
You don't want to be the last
thinking,
out.
I don't want to make 2 of the 3 outs in this inning. Bases full of Oilmen, 2 outs, 1 ball and no strikes. The count on Brenna, 8-3 the score. Here's the 1-0. This is high and in for a ball, and the count is 2-0. Pinheiro laboring now on the mound, kind of taking his time, stepping off the rubber for a moment.
Yeah, he's thrown 98 pitches.
It's got to be his final inning of work. If he can get through it. It could even be his final batter. Here's the 2-0. Taken for a strike, and the count 2-1.
That was a big strike for Pinheiro. Definitely did not want to fall behind 3-0.
2 balls and a strike. Here's the 2-1 pitch. It's taken for ball 3, 3 balls and a strike. The throw back to the pitcher gets away, but not far enough for the runner Seymour to think about advancing from third.
Got to think he's just going to try to throw this in the zone. Capitalize on this 3-1 pitch.
Here's the 3-1. This is high and in. And actually now it goes to, well, no, it is ball 4.
Yeah.
I thought we had it wrong for a moment, but
Yeah.
there was a hesitation. Nobody moved, and it turns out it was ball 4 as Brenna draws the base on balls, and it forces in a run. Seymour comes in and scores. That one will be an unearned tally. And the Oilmen will have the bases full still with 2 down in this inning. Top of the order, and Amir Wright coming up next. It's now a 5-run inning and a 9-3 lead for Northwest Indiana on home opening night. And the pitch here to Wright is low for ball 1. Amir Wright joining the Oilmen. Baker out of the lineup.
have, and it's been offensively and also defensively. Pitching has been.
It's the Oilmen 14 and the Miracle 3 as the sixth inning gets set to get underway with West still working for NWI. His first pitch is swung on and tapped foul. Miller just able to get a piece. He missed it by a pretty wide margin, and the count is no balls and 1 strike. The game 2 hours old as we reach the sixth inning. It's going to be a little bit of a late night for the Miracle as they are in the East. Here's a swing and a miss. Back.
They're going to need to get used to that because every single road game is going to be in a different time zone. So this is not just a one-time thing. This is going to be an all summer long thing.
0-2 high for a ball, and the count is 1 ball and 2 strikes on Miller. It's the lower third of the order opposing West here in the sixth inning. The 1-2. Door all the way here. It's a solo shot off the bat of Miller, and the Miracle drill a home run to make it 14-4.
That was a shot over the left center fence. I mean, that just had some pop on it.
And do it. 14-4. Here's the long set from West. Cortega standing in.
That home run marks the second homer of the.
Here's the set and the 1-1. This is low for a ball, and the count is 2-0. Two balls and no strikes. For the right out of play, it's 2 balls and a strike on Cortega.
And I'm glad to see the Miracle kind of get, it might not be much, it might just be a run, but it's something that can boost the dugout morale. Even though it's a solo home run, it's still nice to see for the Miracle.
The Oilmen will blow shot. The swing and a miss, and they count 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Full count for Jack West. He's entering his 3rd inning of play.
Here's the payoff pitch. It's taken high and in.
Okay, so now a bit of a spark maybe for the Miracle.
Yeah, they get back-to-back base runners against West to begin this 6th inning.
The top of the order's due up after Ricky Nye.
14-4 is the score. We'll see if the Oilmen can work out of it. Yeah, you bring up a good point there that you're facing the lower third in this inning. Here's ball 1. You feel like maybe it could be a smooth frame, but instead the Miracle have a home run and a walk to begin this inning against West.
Home run and a walk against Jack West, yeah.
1-0 is outside for a ball, 2-0.
And he falls behind again against Ricky Nye.
2 balls and no strikes, the count on Nye. Here's the 2-0. This is taken for a strike, and the count is 2-1. There's the 2-1. Taken for now. 2 strikes.
That looked like a perfect pitch for Ricky Nye to kind of tee off on. He hung the breaking ball. But now he's got Nye on 2 strikes.
Here comes the 2-2. Taken for a strike. Out. And
Yeah, and you never want to strike out looking. That is a cardinal sin as a batter, but it happens. It does, but confidence boost for West on the mound.
This is swung on and lifted in the air. Foul off to the right. Now it is no balls and a strike. Night has fallen. Backdrop is fully appreciated when night falls here at the OC. Here's the 0-1 high for a ball. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Popping out of his stance to snatch that one was Brenna. 14-4 the score. The Oilmen with 9 runs in the fourth. In this inning on a home run. Here's the 1-1. The second base bag, they flipped to second, and there is the force for the second out of the inning. And the Oilmen forgot how many outs there were here. This could have been potentially a double play, but that is only the second out of the inning. 6-4 on the fielder's choice. Second is Cortega. First. And a little bit of a mental miscue there, but we'll see if Elkhart County can take advantage, as they're, I think, going to use a pinch batter here.
So is this Angel Perez batting? The pitcher?
It cannot be the same guy that's on the mound. This is the Perez that's on the mound switched. Here's a swing and a miss. Count 0-1. Call him Angel. 14-4 in favor of the Oilmen. The 1 swing. 14-4 the score in favor of the Oilmen. Here comes the 0-2, a bouncing ball toward third. Short of first is a low throw. It's dug out on the Oilmen are 6. They do get 1 run on the home run. After 5.5, Oilmen 14, Miracle 4 on the Northwest Indiana Oilmen Broadcasting Network.
When life takes you places and you can't get to the store, shop online with Strack and Van Til to go. Our to-go service is easy to use. Once your order is in, our own Strack and Van Til team preps your order with care. For delivery or pickup, enjoy the convenience of letting our to-go team shop for you. Enjoy your special moments. Sign up online today at strackandvantil.com.
Phone and streaming devices. If you download, good to go. The same app with a new name. If not, head to the App Store on your phone or streaming device. And right now, you'll be able to watch Jet in the Region Rush Hour, and all PNW and high school sports right in the palm of your hand or in the comfort of your own living room. That's the Jet TV app, available on all streaming.
And elbow experts are pioneers worldwide. You need us in your corner. Midwest Orthopedics at Rush. Make an appointment today.
Back at Oil City Stadium, where Breck Baranowski will lead off the inning for the Oilmen, who confer before this inning gets underway, as the Oilmen lead the Miracle by a 14-4 score. This now, I believe, is and a new pitcher on the mound. They've had some confusion. First pitch here is inside for a ball to count 1 ball and no strikes.
A bit of confusion on who is who right now, but it will be cleared up shortly.
14-4 the score, 1 ball and no strikes the count. Here's a swing and a tapper foul at the.
I think that hit the ump on the foul.
Strike the count. Here's the pitch on the way, swing and a miss, and the count is 1-2. 14-4 in the 6th. Stay tuned. We'll have the Crack the Car trivia game coming up here in the 7th inning, or perhaps in the 6th. Caught looking, and that's the first out of the 6th frame.
Yeah, caught looking. That was a great pitch, though, on the inside part of the zone. I mean, it's either Dioris Valdez or Angel Perez who's pitching right now. One of the two.
Call him a play. Swinging a foul back to the screen. The count 0-1. Still only the 6th frame here at Oil City. This is just the start of a homestand that will continue. Actually, in terms of as this swung on and popped up. In shallow center, as this falls in there, Willis was there, and he cannot corral it. And Brenna is going to reach first safely as it's probably an error on the shortstop Willis.
Yeah, E6 probably.
Yeah, he did get there and drop the ball.
That catch. So it's Dioris Valdez pitching right now, not Angel Perez.
Here's a pitch taken, and this gets away from the catcher. It's going to be a pass ball, allowing Brenna to go to second safely. For the pass ball. 14. It'll be a stretch of home baseball here that continues. And now Adam Enright's questioning something. Moment of confusion. And the so that's the situation here. There's going to be a pinch runner. It'll be Sachaski to run at second base. So Sachaski will run for Brenna at second. And taken up. Make a change, but anyway, new runner in the game at second base is Sachaski.
And it's Amir Wright batting, who has a powerful crack of the bat when he makes contact.
This misses for a ball, and the count is 2-0 on Wright. At 7:10 each of the next 3 nights. We hope to see you here at the ballpark. Here's a 2-0. It's outside for a ball 3-0. The Corn Dogs are going to be in town tomorrow. And that's kind of one circled on the calendar. The Oilmen trying to avenge being swept in Lake County, in Crown Point, to begin the season, losing all 3 of those games. 3-0 the count. Time call. We'll see if they can experience some revenge. And the Corn Dogs, who have been a powerhouse, and they're the 3-0 is a strike, 3-1.
And they certainly can beat the Corn Dogs. They came close, especially in the 3rd game. They lost in extra innings, but I think at this point, after a few more games, but still in the very, very early part, I think the 4th time they see the Corn Dogs, they will have the best chance to win, especially after winning 2 games in a row, soon to be 3.
3-1, called a strike on Wright, and the count goes full at 3-2. Here comes the payoff pitch, swinging a bouncing ball back to the mound, knocked down by the pitcher Valdez. He throws in second out of the inning, going to but now 2 down.
2 outs and a runner in scoring position. First time we're going to see. Never mind the 2 outs. I was going to say the first time we've seen the infield not in, but 2 outs, I guess it does not matter.
Sure. So Ross. Also, I would assume at this point, even if there was less than 2 outs, play back because of the score. The pitch, it's a check swing. He did go around. They appeal to the base umpire, and a full strike is ruled by Patrick Coe in the count 0-1. Strike pitch, and this one gets away, and a run's going to come in and score. The Oilmen extend the lead to 15-4. Who had a pass ball earlier in the inning. This one a wild pitch.
Yeah, just a rough pitch from Dioris Valdez.
So that's an unearned run. 1-1 is called a strike, and the count 1-2.
2 outs, 2 strikes to Ethan Rossi. This is a big pitch.
Here's the 1-2. It's high for a ball. It goes even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2-2 with 2 outs. Oilman 15, Miracle 4. Here's the 2-2. Left side. It remains 2 balls and 2 strikes.
And it's just another dominant offensive showing. This is the 5th time of the season where the Oilmen have reached double-digit runs, and they are well into double-digit runs here tonight. It's just so they're going to produce offensively, and you know manager Adam Enright's going to be happy with that.
Pitch foul here, 2-2. The count on Rossi, no doubt, and they've mixed and matched the lineup and still produced runs. This is high for ball 3. So come out and see this offense. Tickets available, NWIOilmen.com. We will the next 3 nights. This is taken for strike 3, called on a payoff pitch. Rossi thought it was inside, but the zone opening up a little bit perhaps in this lopsided game in the middle part of the contest. 1 run, no hits, and nobody left on base for the Oilmen in that inning. We
office. We build it. Iron Workers Local 395 and the Northwest Indiana Contractors Association. Our goal is to exceed our customers' expectations. We provide a skilled, OSHA-trained, drug-free workforce, as well as many other certifications. Every time you hire an iron worker, that you are receiving highly trained, highly skilled, and drug-free journeymen and apprentices who take their job and your project seriously. For more information, contact us at 219-763-7900 or Ironworkers.
6. It's 15-4 in favor of the Oilmen as we keep it rolling here and take it to inning number 7. And we remind you that ordering groceries has never been easier. New online shopping at Strack & Van Til saves you time and money. In-store sale prices, pickup coupons, more. StrackandVanTil.com. Once again, it's Strack & Van Til, a proud partner of the Northwest Indiana Oilmen. It'll be the 3, 4, and 5 hitters due in this inning. The first baseman swings and cracks one over the head of the Oilman right fielder and off the wall as to be a double for the leads off the 7th with a 2-base hit. This is a well-struck ball, and he hit it to deep right over the head of Rossi.
Just cracked into right field. Hit the fence on the fly. Bryce Lesher standing on second with a stand-up double.
Now, be next. 4. I think it's time for some Crack the Car trivia. Zach is standing by, our excellent producer, keeping us on the air and about to answer some trivia questions. Here's a strike delivered by West in the count 0-1 to Willis. And we'll give Zach the for the. That's probably what. Braves players to have 30 home runs and 30 stolen bases in a season. Who are they? 4 Braves to go 30-30 home runs and stolen bases. And Zach will let you have the first answer. Here's the 0-1. We'll see if you can improve upon your record. 1 and 2. Acuna is correct. Count on Willis.
Can I guess?
Yeah.
Is Chipper Jones one?
Here's the 1-2 swinging a foul.
I don't know if he has
plate.
the steals.
He does not. Count 1 and 2. It remains on Willis.
Okay.
Willis 0 for 3. So Jay was, if anything, this is taken for strike 3 called. Caught looking is Willis for the first out of the 7th inning. Nice pitch by West to freeze Willis.
I have my second guess, but you go ahead. Yeah, it is tough. Can you say the question one more time?
Who are the 4 Braves players to have 30-30 seasons, 30 home runs, and 30 stolen bases? Here's a strike called.
So just all time.
And the count is 0-1, yes. 1 out, runner on. Caught looking a moment ago. He's now 0 for 4, taking the collar today at this play. Takes low and outside for a ball, 1 ball, and 1 strike. Wesley has reached twice. He's 1 for 2 officially. He walked and scored in the 4th. To lead off the 2nd inning, but he struck out swinging in inning number 5. West comes back. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss. The count is a ball and 2 strikes. 15-4 Oil here in inning number 7. Here's taken for strike 3 called. Caught looking is Wesley. Back-to-back looking strikeouts, and West has here in the 7th. Very chilly night here in Whiting. Don Pop, owner of the Oilmen, is all bundled up. He has the stocking cap on, the green stocking cap, the big gold jacket. Here's a strike call. Trying to stay warm. A lot of hoodies and blankets. People are wrapped up in blankets here tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Does not feel like June the 7th. It's not a one. This is swung on and cracked to left center. That's going to. And around third, scoring is going to be Lesher. Here comes the throw towards second. It's a stand-up double for Jaden Miller. He drives in a run with 2 outs in the 7th. And now it is 15-5 as the Miracle slim lead down to 10.
This inning that we've seen for the.
Yeah, a guess here.
I have
we'll go back
guess.
to you, Charlie.
This might sound dumb, but is Ricky Henderson one of the answers?
No, he did certainly have 30 and 30.
I didn't know if he played
for the Braves.
I thought he did. Gosh.
Miller standing in. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss, and the count is 0-1. Home, of course. Zach, anything else coming from you here? Here's the 0-1. Here's a grounder foul left side. I'll give you guys the years.
Yeah, okay. That helps.
One did it in both 1990 and 1991. One did it in 1963.
Oh.
And probably the easiest name of the three to get.
I was about to say Ozzy Albies, so I guess that's not an answer.
The 0-2 low. This is going to skip away wild pitch, and advancing to third on the wild pitch is Miller.
Zach, after your guess.
So advancing to third on the Miller. Might be in the next half inning. Here's the 1-2 taken for strike three called as West catches three Miracle looking, and he has a few words toward the Miracle dugout as the temperature's flaring a little bit. West is very heated as he strikes. On base. It's time to stretch at the OC. Oilmen 15, Miracle 5 on the Northwest Indiana Oilmen Broadcasting Network.
The Jed TV Sports Network is now the exclusive home to 8 schools. Subscribe today for a full year of sports coverage by using code JEDTV50 at checkout. Visit JEDTV.com for more information.
It's common for back patients to have a lot of questions, but at Midwest Orthopedic Specialty Hospital, we ask a lot of questions too. We want to know about their jobs, their hobbies, their lifestyle. Because spinal the best solutions take into account of everything that we do and who we are. For us, surgery is not the first priority. Finding the least invasive option to give you your life back is.
These days, it's recommended that you keep your social circle small. Of course, as here, we've always... It's...
Hold up, now do what you do. Get loud, go ahead, get nothing you want.
All right, back here at Oil City Stadium. The two teams came together during the break there, and they decided, you know what, enough is enough tonight. We're going to implement the 10-run rule. It's been used across the league, most often not here at Oil City Stadium. Typically not the case here at the OC, but it's 10-4. Elkhart County has to go. It's just the way this game is to implement the 10-run rule right here, and the game's come to an end. The Oilmen have beaten the Miracle by a score of 15-5 in 7 innings here tonight. The Miracle with 1 in the 7th, but not enough to extend this game past 7 innings. I want to thank everybody involved with our broadcast, and we'll show on the air. For Charlie Harris, Brandon Vickery saying, I hope you enjoyed. Please stay tuned. Zach and Jackson, they're going to have the post-game show for you coming up after a 15-5 win for the Oilmen over the Miracle. Our next broadcast will be tomorrow night. The Lake County Corn Dogs will be having and the first pitch at 7:10. So once again, the final post-game coming up after this. For Charlie Harris, Brandon Vickery saying, I hope you enjoyed on the Northwest Indiana Oilmen Broadcasting Network.
Officially, it's a fridge full of beer. Unofficially, it's free AC. Coors Light, the official beer of everything unofficial.
Safety doesn't come in a box. It's not a banner that goes on a wall. It's not something you do to better protect. It's giving offshore teams onshore support, and it's empowering anyone to stop a job if something doesn't seem right. At BP, safety is never being satisfied and always working to be better.
And welcome back to the post-game show. I'm Zach alongside Jackson. The Oilmen have a dominant win, 15-5 over Elkhart County Miracle. They have a long Jackson.
I think really what went wrong for this Miracle team was just pitching. They had a lot of good hitting. They had a home run from Miller, but it was just the pitching that couldn't control that strike zone. They had a lot of walks late into a few of those innings, especially runs. They had a lot of. So at the end of the day, it was just being able to control that strike zone. The Oilmen did a great job of it, showing it out there, only allowing 5 runs today. But the Miracle just couldn't find that zone today.
Yeah, and the 9-run fourth inning for the Oilmen, one of their hitters were 2. They were able to things as the Miracle defensively as well had a couple little hiccups, some communication errors, as well as some really tough hops in the infield. For the Oilmen, this is a good sign, especially going into a long 3-game stretch here at home, though.
The starting pitcher be a little more into the game and stay in there a little bit longer, control the strike zone, because he did really well in those first 3 innings, but we saw a lot of falling behind in counts, filling up the counts, and then he got removed pretty early on, so sometimes you don't want to fill him up with 50, whatever it is, but I would like to see that, and I would also like to see the batters just be able to get through counts, and they did it well today, but some of them just got caught looking and struck out a few times.
5th game for the Oil, 15-5 season, but they will see plenty more, and Miracle will have that on their mind. Oil City plays Oilmen play again tomorrow at 7:10. Oil City. If you want to grab tickets, they're online as well as the box office right out front. Kid-friendly, beautiful stadium, along with see you guys tomorrow. So have a good night.